welcome back. So this video is going to be about getting feedback on eBay. So I have a fair amount of customer service, hospitality experience, and I can actually be a little bit obsessive about good customer service on eBay. So the best thing that you can do when you're selling on eBay is just not get emotionally involved. Try not to get stressed out when people want to return things or there's issues. Just handle it like you're any other company. Just imagine that you're Urban Outfitters and somebody received a shirt with a hole in it, and you're just going to take it as a return, refund them, and it's no big deal. They're not going to take it personally just because it's one person. So you can leave feedback for the buyers, and then they can leave feedback for you. So feedback for buyers, you actually can only do positive feedback, or you can report the buyer. You can't actually leave negative feedback for a buyer, which is an interesting choice by eBay. But generally, I guess it's kind of if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say it. Or if you have something negative to say, just report them. I pretty much just leave the same feedback for everybody. I say, great transaction, thank you for your purchase, enjoy, smiley face. I feel like the more personable you can be in the interactions that you have with your customers, the better. It shows them there are some perks for buying from eBay and buying from a one-person small business as opposed to buying from a big corporation. And what I found is when you leave feedback for a buyer, generally they'll leave feedback back for you. So might as well every few days just go through and leave feedback for everybody that's bought from you. So speaking of returns, going back to that, I do recommend offering free returns for the first 30 days. The reason behind that is I used to not have free returns, and I know some people don't have returns at all, which can totally work. I personally like to do free returns because I've heard some horror stories about people who they get an item, realize that they can't return it for free, and so they actually do something to the item, like they'll rip a hole in it or they'll stain it with something just so that they can take a picture and be like, oh, there's something wrong with it, and you can't really prove that it wasn't you. And so then they'll just get a free return anyways, and now your item is ruined. The other reason is it gives more confidence to the buyer. You feel a lot more confident buying something from some rando on the internet if you can return it for free, especially when it's something that is going to need to fit you kind of perfectly. And that is the number one reason that I get returns, is just something didn't fit. I honestly don't get that many returns, so don't worry that much about it. They happen every now and then, but generally if there's a serious issue, like I missed a hole in the shirt, I'll just refund them. They don't have to return it, because honestly it's not worth paying the shipping to have them return it just for you to have a defective item. So just refund them the full amount. You actually save money doing that, and then you don't have to deal with the hassle, and they don't have to deal with the hassle of packaging it and bringing it to the post office and all that. I just think it's better customer service if there's something seriously wrong with it to just refund them. But if it just doesn't fit and otherwise it's in perfectly good condition, then it does make sense to return it.